Hallelujah by Howard Hanson. Then Dream of Ember, Dream of Star by David Bendenmeyer. Then Suraicho. Then Sleep and Discius. The conductor, again, our guest conductor from San Jose State University, Dr. David Vickerman. And I saw him helping put chairs out and music stands out, the coordinator for All-State Band from Chugiak High School, the band director, Cody Trombley. The All-State Music Festival is a really special festival, as not just kids from Anchorage, but all over the state, Barrow, Juneau, Fairbanks, the Peninsula, Western Alaska. It is truly a representation of the entire state of Alaska. And that's one of the many reasons why this is such a valuable event for the music and arts community in Anchorage, of course, but also as a whole across the entire state. And we are excited to bring it to you on the NFHS network. Again, our title sponsor is First National Bank Alaska. I'd like to thank them for all their support. Our official technology sponsor that's helping bring this to you today is GCI. We also want to have a special shout out to Donlin Gold, the Alaska Air National Guard, Alaska Airlines, ConocoPhillips, and Hillcorp for all their support for the Alaska School Activities Association to make all these events possible. Without them and others, these would not be able to happen without their generous support, not just financially, but in their connections as well as their efforts. Here is the All-State Band.
dance concert with the All-State Band, consisting of 97 students selected from 206 band auditions originally submitted across 29 different schools. If you're a band director of a student on stage, please stand and be recognized for your endless efforts and support for creating wonderful experiences. For the past few days, we have had 3 outstanding ASD band directors coordinating this ensemble. We would like to recognize the All-State Band Coordinator, Cody Trombley from Chugiak High School. Assistant Coordinator, Todd Barton from Betty Davis East High School. And Percussion Coordinator, Christopher Lupkin from Service High School. Thank you. Now, to announce the Band First Chair Awards. The First Chair medallions were determined by live chair auditions at the festival and were presented during the dress rehearsal this morning. Will the band members please stand and face towards the audience as I announce your name? I would ask of the audience, and again, clap as you may. But, hold your applause until the end. Starting with Piccolo. Sheenlon Tanner from Kenai High School. On flute, Ayla Rogers from Lathrop High School. Oboe, Chris Park from Lathrop High School. Bassoon, Clarice Stewart from West Valley High School. Clarinet, Max Erickson from West Anchorage High School. E-flat clarinet, Foster Rushton from Juneau Douglas, Yadaakule High School. Bass clarinet, Tyler Drake from Bartlett High School. Contrabass clarinet, Torrin Duncan from Ketchikan High School. Alto sax, Spike Clark from Diamond High School. Tenor sax, Braden Bolido from Diamond High School. On Barry sax, Clea Lozada from Service High School. On trumpet, we have Justin Haines from Sitka High School. On trombone, we have Dara Bird from Lathrop High School. On trombone, we have Matthew Nordstrom, South Anchorage High School. On bass trombone, we have Jack Kieran from Chugiak High School. On euphonium, we have Tyler Cole from Lathrop High School. On tuba, we have Merrick Marand from Lathrop High School. On percussion, we have Dylan Luna from Chugiak High School. On string bass, we have Adley Demented from West Valley High School. And on piano, we have Thomas Nothstein from Cordova High School. Please give him a round of applause. Alongside recognizing our first chairs, we would also like to recognize students selected for the All Northwest Honor Groups performing in Spokane, Washington this upcoming February. Students in this ensemble, please stand to be recognized and thank you for representing Alaska. Please stand. The selections you'll hear this evening, please continue to refer to your program. And now, conducting our 2024 All-State Band from San Jose State University, please join me in welcoming Dr. David Vickerman to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. For some reason, the conductor of this ensemble programmed a lot of weird stuff in the back, so I have to talk in between to make sure we have enough time to move everything. So thank you so much for being here. That was Chorale and Hallelujah by Howard Hanson, a staple masterpiece of the band repertoire. This next piece you have likely not heard before. It's entitled Dream of Ember, Dream of Star. I wanted to read a little bit from the program note, if you don't mind, because I think it helps you understand what the piece is all about. So this is what the composer said, David Biedenbender. It felt like it took a long time to write Dream of Ember, Dream of Star. I first started work in 2019 on it, but as the 2020 premiere approached, the COVID-19 pandemic canceled the premiere and I stepped away from writing for a while. Dream of Ember, Dream of Star is not what I set out to write 2 years ago, and it comes from a place emotionally that I do not know how to adequately describe with words. There's been so much fear, so much loss, so much change, so much division, so many different challenges and experiences. For some, I imagine it seems like an entire lifetime's worth of loss has been compressed into a relatively short time span. But this experience has also brought some things into clearer focus, a nascent hope and joy emerging from the pause, from the silence, helping me to discover what is truly important. My hope is that this piece might create a space to reflect. For me, I have been drawn to a recurring image of fire and stars, the warm glow of a campfire under a cold, deep blue sky and twinkling stars, both emanating light, but separated by billions of miles and many years, felt warm and visible to me right here and now. We hope you enjoy Dream of Ember, Dream of Star. Again, just briefly talking to help our triangles get back onto stage. This next piece is entitled, it's actually a movement from a larger work, and the whole work is entitled Little Mexican Suite, written by Nubia Jaime Don Juan, fabulous Mexican composer who's now writing, thankfully for us, in the wind band world. Each movement is based off of a very specific genre of Mexican music. This one is a danzón, and each one of them in the suite is, she is titled after one of the plants where she lives. This one is famously the saguaro. So hopefully they will all be back ready to go behind me as soon as I turn around. And we hope you enjoy saguaro. will say a quick thing about this next piece. This next piece is entitled Sleep by Eric Whitacre, and I know we have a number of choral folks in here who might know the composer or this piece, which was originally written for choir. One of the things we talked about in the ensemble was how we don't have words. That's our big disadvantage. So we talked about what the words were in the piece and tried to get that across in the phrasing and tone colors that we use. So I'm especially interested to hear from our choral friends if you know the lyrics, if we did a good job of that. But this is Sleep by Eric Whitacre. So before I talk very briefly about our last piece of the program, I would be remiss if I didn't thank everyone who is making this possible. First and foremost, ASAA, I believe is how we say it. Thank you so much for the opportunity to come and work with these students. It's been truly a wonderful experience, and I'm sure I can speak for my fellow conductors as well. It's just been absolutely wonderful. We've already thanked them a whole bunch, but I think they deserve a huge, huge, huge round of applause. Can we just give a gigantic round of applause for all the music teachers? All the music teachers. We also need to thank all of you who are here supporting your students doing this. Let's give a huge round of applause already for that. Let's go. Even if they have not told you thank you yet, and I know they're high school kids, I know the chances are not great, but if they have not, please know that they all do really, really appreciate it, and they will understand that, especially when they're older. So your support of them doing this is huge for their lives, let me just tell you. And I gotta also obviously thank the entire ensemble. You guys have been such a blast to work with, and I've had a great time. I hope you all had a good time too, yes? Yeah, there we go. Thank you, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. This is what happens when you give a professor a microphone. I'm so sorry. So the last thing I will say that's not about the piece is that, and I told the ensemble this when we started, I'm more convinced of this every hour of every day I do this for a living. Thank you all again for your support here. Thank you for helping your students. I truly, truly believe that our planet and our community, our country, our individual communities would be so much better off if everyone was involved in music and art making. I really feel like they'd be a whole lot better. So thank you for that support. Thank you for doing this. So this last piece is entitled Deciduous by Viet Quang. Viet is a good friend of mine. We've known each other for a very long time. And this piece is a lot of fun. I will not read the program that's for you. You guys can use the internet for that. If you would like. But I did want to show you something kind of special and unique. Viet is a really awesome, incredible, he thinks about music in ways that a lot of them do not. And he has this really cool effect, and I'll explain it first and then you're going to hear it. So that way when it happens, you're not like all going, what does that sound? What's going on? So what's happening is the percussionists have removed crotales, individual little cymbals called crotales that are all pitched. And the percussionists strike them, and they have snare drums, all of them back there, that are flipped upside down. So this, if you don't know this, snares are on the bottom of the snare drum. So the snares are now up, and what they do is they strike the crotale, and then as it gets closer, you'll hear what sounds. It makes kind of like a zap sound into the snare drum. So would you mind giving the quick little demonstration? Doesn't always work, so we're working on it, but that was right. That was the right idea. Yeah, exactly right on. So you'll hear kind of what happens throughout the percussion in this piece. Again, thank you all so very much for coming. Students, thank you for being incredible help this entire week. Everyone that's been helping, all of my handlers especially, Mr. Trombley, thank you so much for making this an incredible experience. We really hope you enjoyed Deciduous.